So UK has finally made some of the changes official, which they talked about earlier this year. And here we are. I'm going to take you through all the changes which has been announced and how it's going to impact most of us. Without any further delay, let's talk about the first changes, and I'll be going back and forth on the computer screen just to show you the official statements which they have said. Coming on to the first change, which is regarding the English language. So as you can see, it says the migrant will be required to pass a tough new English language requirement under a law introduced in Parliament today. It's from 14th of October. So here they have actually called their own immigration system as Britain's failed immigration system. So they have introduced a new English requirement. It says immigrant applying through a certain legal route must meet an A-level equivalent standard in speaking, listening, reading and writing. If you go to the same policy paper document published on 14th, so this was the news, this is the policy paper. I'm actually gonna mention all of these in the description, and you should definitely go and check all these out and read it for yourself. So if we go to the first one and we scroll at the bottom, you can see the English level requirement as set out in the white paper, which I've talked about in the last video. The English level requirement for skilled work visa, high potential individual and scale up routes is increased from B1 to B2 as defined under the Common European Framework for Referential Languages. The new requirement will apply to those who are seeking an initial grant of leave in the relevant route following the implementation of this province on 8th of January 2026. So from 8th of January, in a couple of months, you will be required to have B2 level of English from B1. Now, it might get a bit confusing, like what does it mean? For most of us international students, we do understand things in terms of IELTS result. So if you go to the IELTS, they have this web page. I'm gonna again link this as well. So IELTS and CEFR, which they have talked about here, CEFR. So if you look at it, the B1 was your band 4 till 5, but B2 is 5.5 till 6.5. So they basically kind of like require you to be a bit more proficient. So this is the first changes which we all knew was coming, but now it's official, and then they're given the dates as well. Now the second biggest change was in terms of the graduate route. So they have officially given the dates and everything. So the graduate route is reducing from 2 years to 18 months. So it's reduction of 6 months, and it will implement from the 1st of January 2027. So you have almost over a year. So if you apply for it before the 1st of January, so like till 31st of December, if you apply for it, you'll get a 2-year graduate visa. And if you apply on or after 1st of January 2027, you'll get an 18-month of graduate visa. If you are doing a PhD or other doctor qualification, it will still last for 3 years. So people who have started their masters this year in 2025, they will get their result by the end of next year. So they will still have chance to get the 2-year postgraduate visa. For people who went to the UK on an undergraduate degree and they thought they will get a 2-year graduate visa, will kind of be disappointed if they are not graduating in 2026. And as I've talked in my last video, if you are in undergrad and you were relying on those extra 6 months to find a job, I'll say you will know if you'll get a job or not in those first 18 months. Like the last 6 months won't make that much of a difference to, I'll say, 99% of the people. Maybe 1% of the population might have found a job in the last 6 months, but for most it is, you know, what it is. Now, the other change which they have announced is basically the financial requirement for student visa will also be increased for the 25 to 26 academic year, meaning that the foreign student will have to demonstrate they have sufficient funds to support themselves. So they have not yet, I think, updated this because it still says 1483 per month for courses in London and 1136 outside London. So I think they will update this and it will increase. Not sure how much. I think it might go up to 1500, I think, but let's see what they will. So basically this means, you know, the financial evidence you show in your bank account before going to the UK, that will increase. So you'll need to arrange more funds or you need to get more student loan. Another changes are introduced in the fees increase. The ISC, basically your immigration skill charge, which usually is levied on the employers, will increase by 32%. And they said they haven't increased it since 2017. So they are are doing it now. Currently it is from medium to large sponsor, it is 1,000 for 12 months and then thereafter 500 each additional month, and the new charges will be 1,320 for first 12 months and then 660 for each additional 6 months. It will not increase for people someone who switched to either a skilled work visa or senior or specialist work visa from visa that allows them to study. So it only affects people who are just coming to the UK on a work visa. Now the next change is regarding the high potential individual. If we go to this one, the 5.23 high potential individual targeted and capped expansion. So they're doubling the list of eligible institutions. Currently it is only 50. So if we go to this page, you can have a look. So basically this is a visa which you get for 2 years and you are allowed to do any work apart from, a professional sports person. You can't extend that visa, or you can't use this to apply settlement in the UK, but you can work in most jobs, look for work, be self-employed, live in the UK with a partner and children, do volunteer work, travel abroad and return to UK. So the list of the eligible university, like you can see here, if you click on it and you go to eligibility, so basically they update the list every year and the list will expire on the 31st of October 2025. So I think when the new list will come, I think they will update it to 100 universities. Currently it is only top 50 universities. I have given the link in the description, you can go and have a look at it. There's no university from India, but let's see if when they have doubled the university list, will any university from India will be included or not. And it will be a good chance after whole H1B visa scenario in the US if they include some of the universities from India. And they will also they will cap the route to 8,000 applications per year, and they're following their commitments made in the immigration white paper. After this, the other change is in the Innovator founder route. So basically this is a specific change to student work condition that will allow student visa holder to establish a business where they have completed the course and are switching to an Innovator founder route. It replaces a similar provision that previously applied to those switching into a startup route, which is now closed to new applicants. So if you're a student and if you want to start your business in the UK, if you have a bit of money, or you can get the money from any of the bank in the UK, like if you have a very, very good business plan, you can pitch your idea to investors in the UK and they are willing to kind of like back you up. You can apply for this Innovator founder route and you will get a visa from your student visa. Now, last change is the global talent visa. So this global talent route is basically they have given the whole requirements regarding this. So basically you can apply if you're a leader or a potential leader in one of the following fields, like academia, research, arts and culture, digital technology. Basically you must be named a winner prize. So like if you look at the art one, so like if you have an Oscar, you will be eligible for this visa. So you get an idea, you can have the whole list of this, like I'll put this in the description so you can have a look at this. You can look at the whole requirements, but basically the changes are they're including an expanded list of prestigious prize and changes to expand some of the evidential requirement for achievement and contribution for architects. So basically whatever the prize and rewards and recognition they wanted before, they're expanding the list. So more and more people will now be eligible to apply for this a global talent visa, and it's not for most of us, but I think if they expand their list, there will be a lot of people who will benefit from this. So these were all the changes. There's still no change regarding ILR from 5 years to 10 years, but there has been talk about that. So if I click on this one, the House of Commons Library, it is from 14th of October. You can have a look what changes are coming. So you can have a look at the graduate visa and everything. So it also have the question, will migrants have to wait 10 years for indefinite leave to remain? They have not yet decided. So basically the default will be indefinite leave to remain after 10 years rather than 5 years at present. So it is for sure they're going to change it, but some people will be able to qualify earlier. Under this earned settlement proposal, there will be a shorter pathway than 10 years for people who have made points-based contribution to the UK economy and society. The white paper did not say how many of these points or how much of the reduction on 10 years of qualifying period would be available. But basically, I think it might benefit for the people who are already in the UK and who have already started their journey for this 5-year ILR. But definitely if someone new is coming to the UK, you will not get this benefit. But let's see when they will properly announce it, who is affected, who is not affected, and let's say how lenient they will be. So that was all for this video. We knew these changes were coming and I'm a bit late regarding this, but I thought I should cover this. And again, from my last video, what I've said is These changes are coming not just in the UK, and it will affect a lot of people, and you just have to kind of like predict where the future is heading and make your decisions based on that. If you're still in school, you have a lot to think about, a lot to plan, and actually consider if these big countries like UK, US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand are still worth it, or are there still some underrated countries with beautiful life, beautiful culture, good infrastructure, good opportunities, and the only thing stopping you is the language. So you still have time to learn the language and apply to go to these countries instead of going to this big English speaking countries. And that's all I have to say. If you have any confusion, write them in the comment section, and if you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more of my content, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.